What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to this match day on Mundo Sporto. Chelsea taking on Everton in what is a fight for the top four places. Obviously, from our perspective as Liverpool fans, or at least from my perspective as Liverpool fans, when I had originally scheduled to do this game, I had thought that, we may still be in with a show for top four, but no. So let's just sit back and see how this one gets on. It's all set up for an entertaining affair. I'll run through the starting 11s really quickly one more time before we get going. For Everton, Pickford's in goal, then it's Holgate, Keane, Godfrey and Digne. Midfield of Allen and Andre Gomes. Then it's Iwobi, Sigurdsson, Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. For Chelsea, it's Mendy, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Zuma. Then Reece James, Jorginho, Kovacic, Marcus Alonso, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And again, let me just say a massive thank you to our sponsors, OneFootball. Without the OneFootball app, we wouldn't be able to be here doing these games, ladies and gents. There is a link in the description to sign up to the OneFootball app. You've heard me talk about it before. It is the best football app out there, bar none. All the latest scores, breaking team news, league tables, transfer gossip, everything that you need, press conference news, all in one absolutely amazing free app. If you use the link in the description, it lets them know that we sent you over. But as always, we wouldn't be able to do this without the support from our friends at the OneFootball app. So massive thank you to them. And as always, as I call it, it's the one-stop shop for all your football needs. Right, folks, how are we all feeling? We looking forward to this one? Should be, as we say in Ireland, a decent game. David Coote's the referee, so could be a bit of drama. We know David Coote likes to be in the limelight a little bit. Again, apologies, I was late getting started on this one, but busy day as always, folks. Busy day. And yeah, let's get ready to go. Clock's ready. Right, I'm good to go. How are we from Cape Town? Michaela, always lovely to see you in. Give me your score predictions on this one as well, folks. I'm going to go for... Tell you what, I'm going to go for a score draw on this one. I'm going to go 1-1 or 2-2. We're about to get underway anyway here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's let the hair grow out a little bit. He's I've said this before, there's not many players I've seen with a leap like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He really can get up into the air. Players just taking a knee now, and then the referee David Coote will blow his whistle and we'll get underway in the first 45 minutes here at the bridge. Right, ladies and gents, we're underway. Immediately Chelsea launched that ball, Everton launched the ball out left hand side. Calvert-Lewin wins the first header, but it's then headed back by Chelsea to Mendy. Rudiger, Marcus Alonso. Interesting to see Tuchel go back with Alonso today after using Chilwell again. He's rotated between both of those guys since he's come into the club. I suppose they both give him different tactical options. Levin's going for a 2-1. I think that's a 2-1 home win. Am I doing Champions League Europa streams? Yes, mate, we do all of them on the channel. We do both. Sorry, let me just get this mic sorted a little bit. Yeah, we do both of them, pal. Ball back now. Again, Chelsea left-hand side. Kovacic to Christensen. Back out left-hand side. Christensen. Cross to Azpilicueta. Reece James now hugging that touchline. He goes forward looking for support. Turns back inside under pressure from a couple of Everton players and goes back again to Azpilicueta. Christensen. He's had a very good time under Thomas Tuchel, hasn't he, Christensen? He's really grown and shown what he is capable of. We always knew there was a good defender in there, but he really has stepped up his level under Thomas Tuchel. What do I think about Barcelona and Juan Laporte? I'm a little bit surprised because everything had pointed towards Victor Font eventually becoming the Barcelona president. So to see Laporta win it like he did, it's interesting, and let's see how Barcelona get on from this point, if they can stabilise the club again. Kai Havertz now. Ball back again. Chelsea play it into Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's under pressure. Goes back. Kovacic. He tries the ball in behind the line looking for Marcus Alonso. I think the referee's bringing that back though for a free. I think he pulled down one of the Everton defenders on the edge of the box, so it will be a free kick to Everton. I subscribe to Mundo Sporto. Thank you, Lee. Really appreciate that. I can't believe we've gone past 14.5k on here as well. So heading towards 15,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And the good news is, Anfield Agenda today also hit 82,000 subscribers. So only 18 to go on there until we get that YouTube silver play button for Mr. Crosby. Right, Pickford launches the goal kick long. Upfield, it's won in the air by Marcus Alonso, but it's put out for an Everton throw-in. Oh, I understand, FaZe, mate. I'm a huge Barca, I won't say fan because I'm a Liverpool fan, but Barca are by far and away my second club, mate. So I do try and keep abreast of all the things going on over there, and I know all the success they had was under Laporta, or Laporte, however you want to pronounce it, excuse me. And I think that's where Messi cast his vote as well. Adoy now, he goes back to Mendy. Out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Chelsea been dominating the early possession here, but Everton willing to just press as and when necessary, and we do know that they have pace on the counter-attack as well. Christensen. Azpilicueta was under pressure from Richarlison, goes back to Mendy. Now it's out to Zuma, left-hand side. Christensen. Directing where he wants players ahead of him to go. Moves out left-hand side to Kovacic. Kovacic to Kai Havertz. Havertz out to Marcus Alonso. Back to Kovacic. Christensen now. Havertz spins, spreads the ball out right hand side to Reece James. He goes down the line to Timo Werner. Werner now gets a cross in. It's blocked by the Chelsea defender, and it'll go behind for by the Everton defender, and it'll go behind for a Chelsea corner. First corner of the game. Chelsea bring the big men up from the back. Zuma's up. I think Christensen will be up as well. Reece James gives the signal for the corner. Goes short in the end. Little 1-2 with Marcus Alonso. Second ball pulled back to the edge of the box. Werner has a volley, but it was a little bit behind him, and it'll never trouble Jordan Pickford that one. So it goes harmlessly behind for an Everton goal kick. Pulisic's on the bench, Michaela. Well, he certainly isn't on the starting 11. Let me just check the bench for you. Thiago Silva's back on the bench today. No. Yes, Pulisic is on the bench, as is Olivier Giroud and Mason Mount as well for Chelsea. Reece James, ball inside to Kovacic. Kovacic rolls a nice ball, but it's intercepted by Michael Keane. Allen now. He gives the ball away. Jorginho has it. He gives it out to Reece James. Bit of pressure on from him, and Chelsea are forced back to Azpilicueta. Christensen. Let me see if my wife can hear me, if I can get myself a cup of coffee. Hang on, folks. She heard me. Take that as a W, folks. There's a cup of coffee coming my way. First dub of the day. And yes, I still am on the coffee part of my day. It was a very, very late night for me last night. Frustration kept me awake. Reece James comes inside, he slips, and now Chelsea have the ball, or Everton have the ball. They go over the top looking for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Kurt Zouma does well and heads it down to Christensen. Kovacic now, out left hand side, Marcus Alonso. Callum Hudson-Odoi comes back to help out. Zouma, and again, it's back with Christensen. I hate, that Everton kit is annoying me. It's confusing the shit out of me as well, mate. That's why I keep saying Everton accidentally when I see a team in blue. Havertz now on the attack. Gives it out to Marcus Alonso. Ball back to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Thank you very much, Sabrina. Kai Havertz. Kovacic. Inside to Christensen. Christensen under a bit of pressure does well. Get away from Sigurdsson and brings it out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Jorginho. I don't know, that Everton kit just reminds me of a packet of airwaves or something. I don't know, there's something about it that's odd. Kai Havertz now. all the early possession being dominated here by Chelsea, but, you know, in fairness to Everton, they have kept compact, kept their shape, and made it difficult for Everton to play through the lines. How are we, David Burke, man? Nice to see you. Ball forward, looking for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Referee gives a free out. He adjudged Callum Hudson-Odoi to have fouled, I think it was Holgate. It was Holgate, yeah. It was kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, to be fair. No, Michaela, I can't go back over the why I'm leaving stuff, mate. I promised I'm not going to keep going back over it. I've said it. I've explained it on videos. I can't do it again. So I hope you understand. But, you know, I want to enjoy the last 11 or 12 weeks I have here. So I don't want to keep answering it on every stream. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Everett now in possession. Alan. Michael Keane. He's under pressure from Kai Havertz. The chase is on. It's back with Pickford. Pickford puts his foot through. I know I said this before. I do love a pink goalkeeper's kit. I said it the other day as well. There's something about them. I've always liked the pink goalkeeper's kit. Probably because I had one at one point growing up when I was playing. So, yeah, it's thank you very much, Sabrina. Yeah, I've always had a fondness for a pink goalkeeper's kit. And then we had those great, any older people right remember Jorge Campos, the great Mexican keeper that had those really bright kits as well. A couple of great pink ones back in USA 94. Everton have won it back in midfield now. Richarlison, but he's dispossessed. Fair to say Richarlison's been a great vein of form lately. A couple of goals in a couple of important goals in his last 2 games as well. Reece James now, ball infield to Jorginho. Good footwork from him. He plays it out right hand side again to Reece James. Christensen gathers it back up. He's under pressure from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but plays a nice ball inside to Kovacic. Marcus Alonso. Kovacic looks to get a ball in behind, but is well defended by Everton. Lucas Digne now has it left hand side. Ball up the line to Richarlison, back to Lucas Digne. Everton just trying to keep the ball here for a minute, I think, to take the sting out of this early Chelsea dominance of possession. Although, as I said, Everton have dealt well with the pressure Chelsea have put on them. Zuma heads it down. Jorginho. Ball to Kai Havertz. He's under pressure, spins back, gives it to Azpilicueta. He works it out right hand side now to Reece James. Back to Azpilicueta. Jorginho. Out left side to Zuma. Zuma to Marcus Alonso. Back to Kovacic. Little 1-2 with Jorginho. A bit of space now for Kovacic. Kai Havertz spins well, gets into the penalty area and then kind of trips himself a little bit. But Chelsea do keep possession. It's back up Marcus Alonso. Or excuse me, Callum Hudson-Odoi. I have to peek over the corner of my monitor to see the very corner of the pitch. So sometimes you'll see me going like this. No, Ricky, it's not Twitter, mate. It's nothing to do with trolling or anything that I'm leaving, mate. I promise you that, and it'll be both channels. But no, it's nothing to do with it trolling. I promise you that much. Ball over the top, looking for Calvert-Lewin. Mendy does well, comes out to the edge of his box and gathers it. Christensen. Kovacic. Zuma. Again, Kovacic back inside now to Christensen. Jorginho. Jorginho inside, little 1-2 with Kovacic. Kurt Zuma now again, left hand side. Christensen. Jorginho. Tries to spot the run of Timo Werner. It's won in the air though by Lucas Digne and it's hooked away then by Alan. Richarlison has it now, left hand channel for Everton. Azpilicueta comes across. Richarlison sees that out and it'll be a throw into Everton. Am I surprised United won? Honestly, yes, but they also deserved it. So I'm surprised because I wasn't expecting it going into the game, but they deserved the win. Dina now to throw in left hand side. Sigurdsson. Back to Dina. Tries a little 1-2, doesn't work out. Jorginho's been fouled down on the edge of his own box. David Coote says free kick to Chelsea. Luke Shaw was brilliant, Mason. I said in my commentary yesterday, man, that second goal was all about Luke Shaw. I mean, chested it inside in one movement to go past his man, carried on running, played a little 1-2, and then the finish. Look, man, I'm a Liverpool fan, we know that, but I'm also a fan of the game, and that was just a sensational goal yesterday. I mean, if you can't give credit to that, then you've no business watching the sport. It was just a very, very good piece of fullback play with a great finish. Reece James, back to Christensen. Jorginho, he's dispossessed. Lucas Digne has it now in the left back position. He goes back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford launches a long ball down that left hand channel. There's nobody there, so Christensen plays it out to Azpilicueta. Back to Christensen, and he'll roll it across to Kurt Zouma. What have we got here, folks? Almost 14 minutes gone, still scoreless at the bridge. Zouma, Jorginho. Nice ball to Azpilicueta. He goes back to Jorginho. Jorginho under a little bit of pressure. Gives it to Kurt Zouma, who will go back to his goalkeeper. Mendy now takes a touch, rolls the ball out right hand side. Azpilicueta back into Christensen. Kovacic, Reece James back to Kovacic. Pressure comes on from Andre Gomes. Kovacic plays a little 1-2, Jorginho. Jorginho then plays a little 1-2 and then gives a sloppy ball, which Azpilicueta does very well to deal with. Reece James now goes past the first challenge. He has a bit of space ahead of him. Strides into the penalty area, has a strike, it takes a deflection, and it'll go behind for another corner to Chelsea right hand side. Love you too, Clay. No worries, man. Appreciate all the support. Hi Craig, United fan here. How have you been today? I'm only awake about an hour and a bit, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a very, very, very late night for me. I only got up at about quarter to 5, 4:30, something like that. So I'm still drinking coffee. Reece James gives the signal right hand side for Chelsea. Ball in. Edge of the box. Jorginho with a volley. Ooh, it's not too far wide, you know. Drop maybe a yard wide of Pickford's right hand post. I wish I was quitting to become the new LFC manager, mate. That would mean I'd have absolutely no financial worries if I was getting that contract. So what do we think of the opening 15 here, folks? Mainly Chelsea dominating possession, but they're yet to really have a clear sighter of Jordan Pickford's goal. Love from India. Vishnu, mate, really appreciate it. Plans to come over here sometime. Mate, I love travelling. I want to see as much of the world as I can, buddy. You know, get rid of the kids out of the house. You know, one of them's nearly 17. I've still got 9 years at least to go with my young lad. He's only 9, so when they hit 18 and maybe 20, maybe give them a bit longer. Myself and the wife certainly plan to travel for the latter part of our lives. Yellow card here for an Everton player. Let me just see who it was. It was Mason Holgate for a foul on Timo Werner. So that'll be a free kick to Chelsea. Left hand side. Not really in a shooting position, but a good chance to get a ball into the box. How do you add overlays? We use OBS, mate, and a green screen. So OBS, obviously open broadcast system, completely free for everyone to use. And then we use a green screen with images that Connor makes up for the overlays. I don't understand any of it, pal, trust me. I don't have a technical mind at all, but thankfully Connor does, the other half of the channel. Dan James now over this. Marcus Alonso's there as well. I think ball in. Ooh, Pickford gets a fist on it. Jorginho has a strike. It's wide. I'm fairly sure he uses Adobe Photoshop for a lot of it though, mate, to design stuff. I know he has the full Adobe suite of products, so I'm sure it's something in there that I don't understand. I've been to Greece. I worked in Greece, mate. I worked as a DJ in Greece for a summer period when I was about 20. I worked over there. I also went there after my leaving cert on holidays. I went to Crete. The other part, Thailand. Oh, I definitely want to get to Thailand, man. 100%. No, I didn't see the Burger King UK tweet today, Lee, mate. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't care what Richard Keys has to say. El Hairy Hand should just concentrate on sleeping with his daughter's friends and cheating on his wife when she has a very bad illness and keep his shitty football opinions to himself, Faze. That's my take on Mr. Richard Keys. He is the lowest of the low, pal. And nothing would make me happier than someday strolling into being sport and taking over his job and doing it properly, because him and Gray are dinosaurs and they don't belong in the modern football world, in my opinion. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Reece James pulls it back, but there's nobody there except Andre Gomes. What will happen to Connor if... I like the way you say if, mate. If I quit YouTube. It's happening. The channel will carry on. Anfield Agenda will carry on. Mundo Sporto will carry on. With new presenters. I'll just fade off. I'll go full on Jay-Z and just fade off into the background. Ball down the line. Offside. Free kick to Everton. Did I watch United yesterday? Yes, mate. I did a watch along here on the channel. Very impressive performance from them. Thought they thoroughly deserved the win, to be fair. City huffed and puffed, but never really damaged that Manchester United setup. I mean, yeah, of course they had some chances. They're always going to create, but no, I thought United deserved that win yesterday. Ball nodded down the line now. Richarlison gives chase, but it's back with Mendy. Mendy launches it forward. Nodded back up by Digne. Good spin there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin into space in the left channel, but a bit of a sloppy touch allowed a Chelsea foot to go in and put it out for an Everton throw-in. Little 1-2 down the line. Ball crossed in. Marcus Alonso heads it away. Andre Gomes tries to bring it down. He has his pocket pinch, but a good tackle in midfield for Everton wins it back. Gomes out right hand side now. Everton try a cross in. Straight to the arms of Mendy though. No problem for the Chelsea goalkeeper there. Kovacic, he switches the ball out right hand side. Reece James. Aspilicueta trying to urge his players forward. Jorginho. Back to Christensen. Callum Hudson-Odoi. He spins out right hand side, gives it to Reece James. Back to Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's got a bit of space ahead of him now. Goes past Alan, rolls the ball down the line to Kai Havertz. Havertz pulls it across. Pickford does well though and comes out and claims it for Everton. Is this coffee cool enough to drink here? Is anybody else weird like me, by the way? I don't like drinking hot coffee. I always drink like almost lukewarm coffee. I'm not quitting because of abuse, Phase. I mean, look, I'll explain it one more time really quickly. I'm quitting because we had thought a deal was going to... I've never taken a wage from Anfield Agenda or Mundo Sporto because I live off disability allowance and I'm not a benefits cheat and I never fucking would be. So I've never taken a wage. So the plan was that when we got to June, hopefully I'd be in a position between sponsorship and a few other things that I would be able to register as self-employed and go full-time. I'd made my wife a promise that if that wasn't the case that I'd walk away because People have tried to get me in trouble with the social welfare, with the revenue department here in Ireland, and we have spent time defending ourselves against fake accusations, which of course we proved were fake, but it still took toll and stress on my wife. So that was the deal I made with her. If we can get where I go self-employed and full-time by the summer, I'll do it. If not, I promise her I'd walk away. And like I keep my promises to you guys, I'm going to keep my promise to my wife. Didn't quite make it, didn't quite get the finances needed to go full-time for a year. And that's why. Now, I can't explain that anymore. So I hope anyone that needed that answer was here. But she's been through a lot of stress because of scumbags putting in fake reports about us that we've had to spend time and resources defending ourselves from. Ball now with Christensen. Is my coffee cold enough? Yeah, to have a sip. Let me check. Still a little bit on the hot side. Yeah, it is bad, Liam. It is bad. It's fucking been really, really, really stressful, mate, on both of us. Let alone our kids. You know, we've an autistic son as well that these scumbags never think about. Throw in taken left hand side. Sigurdsson now. Richarlison. Free kick. Free kick to Chelsea. Christensen. Across to Zuma. Come on, lads. Somebody gives a goal here. Something to liven the game up a little bit. Kovacic, ball in field. Everton have dispossessed now. Gomez to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's looking for support, but there's not many with him. Ball back inside now. Gomez. Sigurdsson. Tries to pick out Richarlison. Richarlison's fourth wide. He does well to keep the ball in play. Gives it back to Digne. Digne fires in a cross. Goes over the head of Gomez. I think Calvert-Lewin got a slight touch on it, but it does go all the way through to Mendy. Fairly straightforward there for the Chelsea keeper. There's no money to be made on TikTok, mate. And we're already on TikTok. Jorginho. Oh, the plan would have been to move to probably Dubai at one point, mate. Yeah, that was one of my plans, was to move to Dubai if I was going to give it a year. I was going to give it a year and then try and buy the house we're living in and then rent it and move to Dubai. That was part of my plan. But look, shit happens in life. You know what I mean? I've always said to you, this is a tough industry. It's tough to make it. Only the few get to the top, and I've no regrets. I'm always going to keep saying it. I'm only looking at this as a blessing, and I've had many, many happy experiences with great people, and that's what I'll carry forward with me. I don't dwell on negatives. Ball switched across now, left hand side. Richarlison now switches to play across right hand side, but it's intercepted by Marcus Alonso. Alonso's tripped. That'll be a free kick to Chelsea right in the halfway line. Reece James back in field now. The Christensen out to Zuma. Hudson-Odoi. Christensen. Kurt Zuma. Kovacic. Azpilicueta. Kovacic out right hand side now to Reece James. Werner comes deep. Ball back to Reece James again. Kovacic. Jorginho. Ball up the line to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz cuts inside now. He's brought down. Surely, this is where I give up on Premier League referees. To me, that looked like a foul. Anyway, Callum Hudson. Now he gives a foul out. David Coote is a joke. He's a joke. He's an absolute fucking joke. I mean, let's be frank there. To me, Kai Havertz was fouled on the edge of the box. He gets nothing. Two lads bring him down. He gets nothing. The referee allows play to go on. And then there's a 50-50 challenge on the edge of the Everton penalty area and Everton get a free kick out. Now, I'm not having a go against Everton here because they're not the ones making the decisions. Of course not. But David Coote is a joke. Richarlison now, he's brought down. Everton get a free kick correctly on the edge of the box. That was spot on. Richarlison got there ahead of the defender, got a foot to the ball, and he was brought down. It's a very good shooting position, this. So Richarlison gets there. Yeah, he gets there ahead of Jorginho and gets clipped. This is a good shooting position for Everton. Kind of slightly to the right hand side of the D on the edge of the 18-yard box. I don't know how they've brought it back. Surely they're not bringing this back outside the D because the free kick clearly took place inside the D. Anyway, free kick here in a very good shooting position for Chelsea. Excuse me, Everton. I'm good, Kyle. How are you, my man? Lee, neither. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not, well... Probably United, because at least I have respect for United, if that makes sense. But, I'm a Liverpool fan, so neither really. So, Digne's over this. Sigurdsson's over it. Chelsea have their wall. Let's see if they can work at and from this. Referee blows his whistle. Digne hits off the wall, goes over the bar, and it'll be a corner to Everton. So, at least the Chelsea defensive wall did their job. Oh, I absolutely am, TTV Klopp. I absolutely am. Let's see if Everton can work at it from this corner. What, we're nearly at the half-hour mark here. It's not been a game filled with much goal-mouth action, to be fair. Love you too, Clay. Thank you, mate. Ball in. Headed away, good defensive header that. Drops to Sigurdsson, he fires the ball back in. Bit of ricochet here. Gomes, Michael Keane, handball appeals everywhere, left, right and centre. Eventually it's cleared and it'll go out for a throw in, but there was hands going up in appeal everywhere and I don't know who was appealing for what, but I don't think Gatton's been given. It's going to be a throw into Chelsea, which they've taken quickly and we're back underway. Kai Havertz does well. Works it out to Reece James. James cuts inside. Looking for support now. Gives it across to Kovacic. Kovacic down the line to Hudson-Odoi. He spins in. Plays a nice ball out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Back to Reece James. Werner. It's a bit of a chess match this, isn't it? Both teams kind of not really going out of their systems much. Forcing each other to try and do something special. And then... getting back into position really, really quickly. It's actually, you can see they're two well-drilled sides. Hudson-Odoi now. That's a nice ball down the line to Alonso. Alonso pulls it back. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. 1-0. Kai Havertz strikes it. It goes off an Everton defender and it ends up in the net and it is 1-0 to Chelsea. I think it went off Holgate. I don't know if it'll go down as an own goal or not because I don't know if the original shot was going on target, but what we can say for certain is it was a lovely move down the left-hand side from Chelsea. Ball fed in, and then it was up to Marcus Alonso to see what he could do. He fired the ball across. Havertz got on the end of it. It did go in off an Everton defender, but I don't know if it was going in or not. Let's have a look. Hudson-Odoi rolls a lovely ball in to Alonso. Nothing wrong with that. Pulls it back. I think it was probably going in, but we'll see from this angle if it's going to go down as an own goal or not. I honestly can't say. It's in the net. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. I just don't know if it'll be given to Kai Havertz or if it may have been gone wide before it went in off. I think it was Godfrey actually, was it? I'm sure that somebody will decide that, but all I can say to you for certain is that it's 1-0 to Chelsea. There's the goal we looked for. Hopefully this will open the game up a little bit, folks. Chelsea Foot Talk, how are you, mate? Welcome in. If you are enjoying the stream, folks, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. Looks like, from what I've seen, it's going to be a Godfrey own goal, but either way, if you're a Chelsea fan, you don't really care. You're 1-0 up, and that's the most important thing. Well, of course, unless you've got fantasy football points to play for, in which case, you know, I understand your pain then. Mendy flicks the ball out right hand side. Referee says there was a foul there on I think Richarlison, so it'll be an Everton free kick about 20 yards inside the Chelsea half left hand side. It's taken quickly, it's back up Michael Keane. Keane floats the ball out left hand side. Alan now, he goes back to Pickford. Chelsea almost turned it over, but Andre Gomes gets back and does well. Eventually it'll go out for an Everton throw in right hand side. I'm going to repeat this for the 500th time, just to make it really clear. I am not quitting because I get abuse. That's not why I'm quitting. I've been getting abused for 3 years. I've gotten well used to the abuse. That's not why I'm quitting. I told you and explained why. It's purely to do with family finances. Gomez. Good bit of footwork there from Kovacic on the ground. Werner now feeds the ball into Havertz. Havertz with a strike. It's blocked. Good piece of defending there from Michael Keane. No, Joshua. I wouldn't ever accept a GoFundMe page or anything, mate. No. No. Appreciate it, mate, but no. Jorginho. Kovacic. Tries to switch out. Oh. Yeah, he just about gets there. I was wondering if Iwobi was about to knock it into the path of a Chelsea player, but no, he did well in fairness. Calvert-Lewin now, he's brought down. That'll be a free kick to Everton, about 10 yards inside their own half. All I will say is, if you guys want to help me out, you want to show some love, help me get Anfield Agenda to 100k for Connor before the season's over. We're at 82k now. We've only got 18k to go. That would be one of the highlights of my life, to get Connor that YouTube Silver Play button before the season's over. So that's one way you can defo help out. Just let your friends know about the channel. Tell them to hit that subscribe button, and yeah, that will be one hell of a way for me to sail off with my head held high. I say sail off, I mean probably walk very slowly off with my chubby ass. Ball out right hand side to Iwobi. Again, another free, another foul on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Again inside his own half, right hand side. And yes, Anfield Agenda will continue, as will this channel. Both channels will 100% continue. Keane, back to Pickford. Keane. Gomes. Ball back inside. Gomez to Iwobi. Iwobi cuts in. A couple of Chelsea players there to brush him off the ball. I love that. Love that. Proper tackles flying in everywhere. And then the ref ruins it by giving a free kick for nothing. That was perfect, ref. They were all in there, 50-50 tackles all over the shop. Nobody was complaining. It was good to see, and then the ref brings it back. Just let it go on, ref. Come on, and we were enjoying that bit of play. Sigurdsson. Good spin by Sigurdsson, finds a bit of space for himself. Now Lucas Digne. He keeps it, plays inside to Richarlison. Richarlison now spreads it across to Andre Gomes, who goes back to Alan. Alan tries to pick out. Sigurdsson's appealing for a handball. It would have been outside the box. Referee says no anyway, and the ball's back with Azpilicueta. Kovacic. Back to Azpilicueta. Reece James now. Ball inside. Havertz. Zuma. Back to Kovacic. Kovacic across to Azpilicueta. 7 minutes to go here in the first half at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea leading by a 1-0. I think it'll go down as a Godfrey own goal, even though it was Havertz's shot. Kovacic. He's been dispossessed. Sigurdsson rolls a lovely ball into Richarlison. Now he's one-on-one with Christensen. And that's what I've been saying about that young man. He really has stepped up from a defensive point of view. He's one-on-one there with Richarlison. He timed his tackle beautifully and calmly takes the ball away. That's good centre-back play there from Christensen. Ball back with Pickford now. And no, if Liverpool were dominating, I fucking wouldn't stay, you absolute cretin. Actually, if you want to be frank about it, the channel probably grow quicker with Liverpool leaving. It's got nothing to do with Liverpool. Fuck me. That's a horrible thing to say, mate. To think that I'm packing it in because Liverpool aren't winning. Just do one, pal, honestly. You obviously don't know anything about me if you think that that's who I am as a person. Fucking hell, mate. I'm disappointed in you, man. That's just a shitty thing to say. I've been making content since the Rodgers and Hodgson days, mate. When we were absolutely horrendous. So, it's got nothing to do with that. Fuck me. I'm glad to know that's what you think of me anyway, mate. Hudson-Odoi, strike, it's blocked. Kovacic. Zuma. Boss man, enjoy it, mate. Get your homework done. Very important. I'll talk to you soon. Ball in behind now. Alonso. He's through. Strike. Oh, it's a great save by Pickford. You got to give the keeper massive credit there. It was a good ball through. Alonso was one-on-one. Pokes it with his left foot. Jordan Pickford does very well there to extend out his right hand and touch that behind. You mean full credit there to the Everton keeper. That was a good save. Excuse me. Alonso now. Corner, left hand side for Chelsea. Ball in. It's flicked on. Breaks on the edge of the box to Jorginho. He gives it back out to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Marcus Alonso. Gives it back to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Cuts inside past Iwobi. Plays a 1-2 with Jorginho. Alan gets in and wins the ball back for Everton. They work it out left hand side to Lucas Digne. Alan now in midfield. Ball out left hand side. Can Chelsea find Everton find an answer before half time, or will we be going in with the scoreline of 1-0? 3 minutes to go plus additional time. Alan flicks the ball across. Michael Keane tries a long ball through the middle. Calvert-Lewin, that's a lovely flick on to Richarlison. He tries the ball through. It's well defended by Chelsea. Reece James manages to clear it and hooks it up the line. Again, Michael Keane heads it down, but this time it's Kai Havertz that wins it back for Chelsea. He fires the ball out to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Odoi goes one way, then the other has an overlap with Alonso, but that's a great challenge from Iwobi, who puts it out for a throw into Chelsea left-hand side. Had to get that timing right, and he did. Good challenge there from Iwobi. Holgate, back to Pickford. Michael Keane now switches to play across to Lucas Digne in this left-hand channel. Digne inside to Andre Gomes. Ball breaks though. Reece James wins it back. Good calm play by him. Gives it into Mateo Kovacic. His pass is a little bit slack. It's a little bit behind. Kai Havertz and Iwobi has it back for Everton. Out left-hand side now to Lucas Digne. Digne switches to play across to Michael Keane. Back to Alan. Michael Keane again. Nice ball between the lines from him, looking for Sigurdsson, but he's forced back as well. Andre Gomes. Pressure on Holgate, goes back to Pickford. Pickford to Michael Keane, and Keane goes out left side to Godfrey. Good play by him. Eventually though, he's tackled and it goes out for an Everton throw in just inside the Chelsea half left hand side. Looks like we'll be heading in at half time, folks, with Chelsea with a 1-0 lead. We'll have a proper chat about it at half time. Alan now, middle of the park for Everton. Plays it into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He spins out and rolls the ball outside to Iwobi. Iwobi now cuts inside looking for options. He's got Digne on the overlap. Feeds it out to him. Lucas Digne now, left hand side. Cross comes in. Keeper does well, gets a hand on it. Iwobi now. He's looking for support. Pulls it back to Gomes. Gomes has a strike. Decent strike, but fairly straightforward for the Chelsea keeper. Gets his body behind it, and that'll be probably bringing us through towards half time. Good bit of play by Everton. Decent build up. Ball breaks to Andre Gomes at the end of the box. Has a strike with his left peg, but Mendy got his body behind it. Made the save look fairly straightforward. Reece James now. What have we got at added time? 1 minute was the added time on. Ball up the line. Godfrey gets back under pressure from Werner. Gives it back to Pickford. Pickford switches it out right hand side. And that is that, ladies and gents, for the first half. David Coop blows the whistle. At half time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea lead by a goal to 0. You'd say they deserve that lead, to be fair. Right, let me just stop this first half clock and see how we're all feeling. Right, let me just drink my coffee and then we'll get stuck into the comments. Anita, thank you. Said you've been watching for... I'm not reading out the full name because I can see what it's a play on there, and I do like a good wordplay, but you said you've been watching for 3 years. Cheers. Joshua says, don't leave, Craig. You're the reason the channel has 82k. No offence to anybody else. Well, Connor is a huge reason, mate. Let me tell you that straight off. Mr. Crosby is... without Connor, none of this would have been possible. So, you know, I get where you're coming from, but please don't underplay what that young man has done. You know, he is the inspiration behind Anfield Agenda and Mundo Sporto, even though I came up with the name and taken full credit for the name Mundo Sporto. It's got nothing to do with having a mental health problem. I've explained it. I literally explained it 20 minutes ago. And again, no need to look, folks. We've got 11 weeks together left. Plus, there's a deal agreed for the Euros as well. So no matter what happens, you'll have me till the end of the Euros. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's take positives from this stuff. So what are we thinking there first half? And by the way, any Liverpool fans in the chat, I'll be live at 8:30 tonight with the late night agenda as always. And in between then I'll be filming the second part of my Leipzig preview. I recorded with Leon earlier on. We had our chat around the game. Now I'm going to be doing my predicted 11 and my score prediction, and we'll put that together, and I think that video should be out tomorrow if my memory serves. I think Connor's putting it out at midday tomorrow, the full Leipzig prediction video and preview video. Sorry, I'm just trying to read through some of FaZe's comments here because I'm not sure if he's having a dig at me. Hey, it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. I don't assign blame on anybody, mate. So, there's no scapegoats. There's no need to look for scapegoats. It's my decision. I made the decision. That's the only thing that's important. Any news on Houlden? Yes, I got a message from him the other day. Obviously, as you can expect, he's on the road to $500,000, really busy at the minute. But we are still planning to do that video together soon because he's a good lad and I enjoy chatting with him, and I had really good fun doing the predictions video for Houlden and Thogdad. So yeah, Houlden will be coming on for a chat on Anfield Agenda soon. Also, it was Jack Mate's birthday yesterday. I sent him a message obviously saying happy birthday, but again, publicly want to just say happy birthday to Jack Mate, because one of the best in the business, one of the nicest guys you can ever ask to come across. And you meet a lot of people in this industry that sometimes they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, sometimes you don't get on for other reasons. But I tell you what, Jack Mate is one of the good ones. Jack Mate deserves every single thing he gets because he's just a damn fine lad. That's all I can say. And again, I want to give my congratulations to Mark, to Drawdy, to Flex, to KG, to all the guys at the United Stand who hit 1 million subscribers as well over the past week. Some of the hardest working dudes in the business, the best in the business. Mark pioneered the green screen side of this for us football content creators. Proud to call him a friend, and so happy for him that he's after getting to that milestone, because boy does that lad have a work ethic that I don't think can be matched by many others, and he thoroughly deserves it. Who scored? I think it's going down as an own goal. Yeah, it goes down as a Ben Godfrey own goal. But it was a good bit of play by Chelsea. So Hudson-Odoi slipped the ball down the left-hand channel to Marcus Alonso. Alonso fired across the edge of the 18-yard box. Kai Havertz gets on it, steers his shot, but it did take a massive deflection off Godfrey, went past Pickford, and it was 1-0. Have I spoken to anyone from AFTV? I'm not a fan of that channel. I've always been very open about that, but yeah, actually I have. I've recorded videos in the past with Troops, and lovely guy, really funny, had great time recording with him. I did one charity video with Robbie on Claude's channel. Claude was raising money for something, but other than that, no. Other than those two things, no. No worries, Hannah. But look, loads of time to go, Hannah, so don't be... You know what I mean? Loads of time to go. David said, hi Craig, Liverpool fan from Cark, and that's how I say it, buddy. Cark, the fillet of Munster, living in France. Watch Anfield Agenda videos all the time, love the content. Thank you, man. Maybe you can help me out with my French a little bit, because even though I got an A1 in honours French in my leaving cert, I remember very little of it now, pal. Went to France with the family, brought the kids to Euro Disney, or Disneyland Paris, or whatever it's called these days. It was probably about 7 years ago. Full on arrogance over there, mate. Thinking the French was going to come back to me like that. And apart from Je suis enfant unique, mate, there was very little else in my repertoire of French words when I got over there. Yes, mate, we are a United fan in the chat. No worries with that. You're very welcome to come in and support your club, pal. I don't like saying hi to people, mate, because I feel like I'm being set up when people want me to say hi to people, and that my old ass doesn't understand why people ask me to say hello to people. Truthfully, Craig, do what you want to leave? 100% no. I've said that all the time, mate. No, not a chance. I don't want to leave, but I made agreements with my partner, and my wife, I should say, and I stand over my word. Thoughts on United yesterday? Thoroughly deserved victory, Connor. Yeah, look, got off to a good start, but it was a penalty, not United's fault that Jesus tripped them. It was a clear penalty. And I thought United, they did concede areas on the pitch at times. You'd expect that against City, but City huffed and puffed. And that second goal, Luke Shaw, it was sensational. I said it at the time. It was just proper top level full-back play. Started himself, played a little 1-2 and then finished it. It was an excellent goal and they deserved their win. Oh, your daughter's name is Lana Rhodes. Okay, Lana, how are you? Thank you for watching. Really appreciate all of your support, and do whatever Daddy tells you. But thank you. Liverpool defo aren't themselves. Yeah, I think that's an understatement, my man. Would you rather prefer an Indian takeaway or Chinese? I don't eat Indian, mate. It's not my cup of tea. Chinese, I'm very plain on. We're talking chicken balls, fried rice, and curry sauce there. But pizza is my go-to takeaway. Yeah, pizza's my favourite food in the world. Why doesn't Klopp use Wijnaldum in the attacking midfield position? I don't know. I'm more concerned about why he's not putting Keita up there or putting Thiago a bit further forward, mate, to be honest with you. Isn't Lana Rhodes a Mark Goldbridge troll? I've got no idea. This is why I say I hate being set up by people because, whatever. But, anyway, unfortunately for FaZe, then that's him booted out of both channels. But, oh well, these are the things. You made your bed, buddy. Now it's time to say goodbye. Look, I don't give a shit if I get baited. It is what it is, man. I don't care. At least I didn't say something that would offend a human being. If I'm baited into saying something that would offend someone, then I'd be upset. But yeah, look, you get me. I knew Lana Rhodes was a singer. That's why I was thinking, I was like, what the fuck's going on here? But look, whatever. It is what it is. It's a porn star. Oh, well then, there you go. I mean, fucking hello, Lana, if you're watching. Do you know what I mean? Send me the outtakes and all that stuff. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The wife won't notice. She's grand. Sabrina! You've got no problem with me getting porn star videos sent to me, do you? No, wife said it's grand. We're all good to go. So send on them porn star videos. We got the nod from the wife. It's all good. I'm doing alright, Daniel, mate. I'm doing alright. Will Liverpool bottle it against Leipzig? I hope not, mate. No. I really hope not. Oh, Sabrina's class. Look, if you're going to live in a house with me, you got to be able to banter. And trust me, my wife and my daughter can banter the shit out of me, which is it's one of my prouder accomplishments. You gotta be able to banter if you live in this house, because we all speak our mind. Don't worry about that. Wife's not bothered. My wife's a legend, Liam. My wife's an absolute legend. Leipzig game's on Wednesday, mate. It's on Wednesday. Thank you, Jack. Scenes now when I actually get this fucker and I get your woman on for a video. Me and Lana Rhodes sit down, do a video. Scenes for that now. Wouldn't that be a massive fuck you? No pun intended. There she is in the chat. At least if he has a video, she'll get a night off. Look, that's my wife. At least if I have a video, I'll get a night off. Do you know what I mean? The own wife now baiting me and trolling me in the chat. You love to see it. And by night she means 2.5 minutes off. Any holidays booked? Not for this year, mate. No. Myself and Sabrina both turn. Well, no. Sabrina turns 40 this year. I turn 39.1 because I refuse to acknowledge 40. And we're going to Lanzarote next January because we didn't want to book at for around our birthday times. But we're hoping that we can get a family holiday towards the end of the year, maybe early November, early December. Yeah, we've been saving for it for a year and a half now. But hopefully, you know, if we can all get vaccinated and stuff, then yeah, we'll be probably heading to Florida November time, something like that. Love a good bit of Irish banter. Oh, mate, look, we all grew up with it. Honestly, if the shit that goes on between Irish mates and stuff, it's it definitely wouldn't be something that you could be saying out loud a lot of the time. Trust me. Do. Where's the timer? Well, the game's not on, so no need for a timer when it's half time, my man. Any bets on lately? No, I've been saving, mate. I've been trying to save all my money, so I haven't put that on. I've like everybody else, you know, I'm not immune to the hardships of COVID and what's gone on, so now I've been saving the money, buddy. So no bets at all lately. Liverpool are rubbish. Brilliant, mate. Did you work that out all on your own, or was it the 6 league losses we've had in a row? Another fucking genius. Oh, anyway, while we're at half-time, ladies and gentlemen, let me say a massive thank you to the sponsors of not just today's watch-along, but many, many watch-alongs here on Mundo Sporto, the very good folks over at the One Football app. The One Football app is the best football app out there, bar none. It is completely free. As you can see from the video there, you get everything you need on it. Up-to-date news, latest scores, fixture lists, breaking news, transfer gossip, everything in one absolutely amazing football app that's entirely free. There's a link in the description if you want to let them know that we sent you over, or you can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, but we wouldn't be able to do what we do without the good folks here with the One Football app, so thank you to those guys. But you know, download the app. I promise you won't regret it. It's completely free. My wife even said, I would say Ireland's one of the few countries where cunt is a term of endearment. I would agree. We can use it as a compliment. We can use it as a slagging. We can use it as a joking term. Yeah, which is weird because when we go abroad, particularly as a family, and myself and my wife are talking to each other, throwing the word around, you get an awful lot of looks from Americans who don't have the same, I think, cultural meaning of the word as we do at times. Do I think Liverpool will get top 4? No, not at all, Tom. No, that bridge has sailed. You should ask Goldbridge for a collab. I've done about 7 videos with Mark, mate. He's a friend of mine. I'm sure we'll do a video together as well when we're playing United later on in the season. But yeah, we've done stuff together for a few years. Mark's been like a mentor to me, as I've always said. Good friend of mine, proper good dude, and somebody who I'm so happy he got to that million because he deserves it. Any watch-alongs tomorrow? Yes, I think Jack Gill is doing one of the Champions League games on here. I'm not entirely sure which one. Right, we're about to get on the way for the second half, folks. No, Samira, I'm not. Score is, as it shows on the screen there, mate, 1-0 to Chelsea. Thoughts on Steven Gerrard's Glasgow Rangers? Well, look, Steven Gerrard's won a league title up there. Congratulations to him. And still unbeaten in the league as well this year, if my memory's right, and in the last 16 of the Europa League. So he's having a very good season with them. Do I know Goldbridge from Dublin or YouTube? Well, he never lived in Dublin, mate. It's my understanding he lived in Dundalk, I think it was, when he was over in Ireland. But no, YouTube, just YouTube, mate. He popped into our chat when we had about, I think we had about 2,500 subscribers at the time on Anfield Agenda. And he popped in, and I didn't even believe it was the real him at the time. But he popped in, then we started messaging a bit, started talking a little bit. He gave me some great advice. And he's always been somebody who I can turn to with complete trust for anything I need or any questions I have. And as I said, to me, Mark's the GOAT, and there's no doubt about it. He's yeah, I'm proud to be able to call him a friend, and I was as happy as anyone when the United Stand hit 1 million subscribers, because they deserve every single one of them. I hate the club, obviously, but you know, the hard work, the effort, the dedication that goes into what they do is second to none. Right, we're about to get underway with the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get my last sip of coffee in before we kick off. Now it's gone too cold. Right, Chelsea kicking off, playing from left to right in the second half, and we're underway. Jorginho. Please do hit that subscribe button, by the way, folks, if you are enjoying the video. Help us try and get towards 15k. Mendy puts his foot through it and launches it long. Ball's upfield. Kai Havertz knocks it down to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Ball breaks to Werner. Werner back to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who goes on the charge right hand side. Tries to slip a ball in behind to Werner, but Jordan Pickford comes out and claims it. He launches the ball long upfield now. It's nodded on by Azpilicueta, back to his keeper. What are you having for dinner, mate? I don't eat my dinner till about 1:30 in the morning, mate. I eat once a day, and it's usually at about 1:30. So, honest answer, haven't got a clue. Haven't thought that far ahead yet. Werner, little 1-2 with Kai Havertz. Havertz goes past a couple of players, moves the ball out left-hand side to Marcus Alonso. Alonso now, left side of the penalty area, goes past Iwobi, fires the ball across, takes a couple of ricochets. Sigurdsson does well to hold it up and lays a square pass off to Andre Gomes. He fires one into Richarlison, who cuts back inside under pressure but finds Andre Gomes. Digne now. Back inside to Alan. Alan goes back and it's rolled across to Michael Keane, and Michael Keane back to Jordan Pickford. Do I watch the MLS? I do indeed, mate. Yes, I do. Was over for an Orlando game last year. Hopefully, I want to get to the Mercedes-Benz Arena to see an Atlanta game, because I'm fascinated by stadiums, and every time I fly over to Florida and I go into Atlanta, I fly over that stadium and I always take a picture of it from the airplane, and it looks like an amazing arena. So I want to go see whether it's an Atlanta Falcons game or an Atlanta MLS game. I really want to go to that stadium. And of course the Cowboys Stadium is another one on my list, my bucket list of stadiums. Jorginho. Kovacic. Ball at right hand side to Reece James. He plays it off Digne, and it will be a throw into Chelsea right hand side. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate that, mate. James was waiting for somebody to throw the ball to here. No runners, so he goes down the line eventually to Timo Werner. Werner out near the corner flag, plays it back up the line to Reece James. He goes back even further now to Azpilicueta. Christensen on the halfway line fires the ball inside. Jorginho has it intercepted now, and Richarlison has it for Everton. He plays it out off Azpilicueta, and it'll be an Everton throw in. About 5 yards inside their own half, left hand side. I'm good, Issa. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in again. Digne now just looking for options here from the throw-in. Ball down the line. Sigurdsson can't bring it under control. It'll go out and it'll be a Chelsea throw-in now, halfway inside their own half. It's taken quickly by Azpilicueta. Christensen. Back to Mendy. He finds Christensen again. And here come Chelsea down this right-hand channel. Azpilicueta. Cross to Jorginho. Jorginho now into Kovacic. Christensen. Jorginho. Good pressure on him from Alan, but that's a nice bit of play as he spins away from him. Kai Havertz now. Inside his own half, goes to Reece James. He tries the 1-2, but it comes out off Lucas Digne, and it'll be a throw in to Chelsea right hand side. Best stadium I've ever been to. Ooh, mate, that's a good question. Well, obviously, I'm gonna say Anfield for that reason because it's our church. But I was disappointed when I visited the new camp because it needs massive upgrades. Where else have I been to that I've enjoyed? Let me have a think about that. Free kick here to Chelsea. Reece James blocked off on the edge of the box. Best stadium I've been to. Oh, Spurs Stadium, sorry. Hands down, Spurs Stadium. Myself and Connor, I was over doing some filming for La Liga TV for the launch of La Liga TV in London last January, like a couple of months before the COVID nonsense kicked in. And we were over there for a couple of days and I was doing some stuff. I was doing some filming and then I was doing some filming for La Liga TV. And we had a spare night, so Spurs just happened to be playing Middlesbrough in an FA Cup replay. So tickets were fairly cheap, so we said, fuck it, we'll buy a couple of tickets. And we went down to the Spurs Stadium and oh my God. Sensational. Honestly. Pint and a pie for a fiver as well. Yeah, that by far, that Spurs Stadium was super impressive. Alonso now. Free kick. Ooh, tries to pick out the top corner and I think Pickford got a hand on it. And it'll go behind for a Chelsea corner. Have you ever been to the Empty-Head? No. No, I haven't. I've been to Old Trafford though about Jesus, probably 18 years ago. A lot of my family are United fans and we got a really cheap day trip over. I think it was like 79 quid or something for a bus, ferry and ticket for a League Cup quarter final against Blackburn. And I went over because a lot of my family are United fans. I just went over for the piss up for the day. But no, I've never been to the Etihad. Ball over the top looking for Callum Hudson-Odoi. That's cleared. I'm alright, Vandy. How are you, my man? Or my lady? I'm not sure which one, but how are you, my mate? Let's go with that one. Azpilicueta now. Down the line. Back to Azpilicueta. Back to Reece James again. Azpilicueta, Reece James having their own little game. Playing their own little game of rondo here. Eventually the ball goes out though. It'll be a throw in right hand side. Robert, thank you for the super chat, mate. Looking like a Greek god Adonis as usual, mate. Well, I appreciate you lying to me, pal, but thank you. And thank you for the super chat. I think that's the first one we've had today. Really appreciate it. Hamoon, always happy to give you a shout out, my man. Lots of love to you and I hope that you're keeping well. Thank you for tuning in. Alonso. Hudson-Odoi. Oh, Havertz. It's in the net. Did he handle it though? I think it's getting ruled out for a handball here. He controlled it well and put it in the net, but here comes the two different fucking handball rule nonsense coming into football again. This is what pisses me off, by the way. You can't have two different handball rules in the same sport. One for an attacking team, one for a defending team. It really annoys me. Let's have a look and see where he controls this. Handball. Be ruled out. It hits the lower part of his hand here. Yeah, that's going to be ruled out, I believe, for a handball. I think, to me, that looks like it hits the lower part of his arm, but yeah. Unless I'm seeing this wrong, it looks like to me it hit the lower part of his arm. Oh, I don't know from that angle, actually. From the other angle, it's a fair shout. Do you know what I mean? He's given no goal and a free out. The second angle showed the ball hitting here. The first angle looked like it might have hit here, but the angle where they freeze framed it showed the ball hitting here. Was there a second part that it hit his hand, I wonder, that they're not showing? It's been ruled out one way or the other, but you know, this is where we all look at the handball rule and we just get annoyed that it's different rules for different fucking parts of the pitch. But from the first part, to me, it seemed here, which is on the borderline of the jersey. But I wonder, did it then hit his hand in the second phase? But it's been given as no goal anyway. Craig, you're not as happy as you used to be. Are you okay? It's been a tough week for me, mate. I won't lie. I'm sticking on a bit of a brave face, but yeah, I'm all right, man. Iwobi, I think, going off here for Everton. Ball across to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta out right hand side to Reece James. Reece James plays the ball back inside. That's a crunching tackle though from Godfrey, and it'll go out for a Chelsea throw in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Rob. Did it clip the lower arm as well? Because if it did, fair enough. Fair enough if it did, but the freeze frame angle showed it hitting, it's kind of between the shoulder and the jersey yoke, which I think is allowed. But if it did touch the bottom part, mate, with the second phase, as you've said, then I understand it. It was just hard to see from what we've seen. Richarlison, ooh, chance there for Everton to make it 1-0, and he pulls a strike wide. 1-1, excuse me, a chance to make it 1-1, and he pulls a strike wide. It's a good ball into him. He was off balance as he was hitting it, in fairness to him, but yeah, he was never getting it on strike. He was always leaning, falling away. Good ball into him from Sigurdsson, though. It's starting to open up a little bit now, folks, the game. Jorginho rolls the ball across now to Kovacic. Kovacic out left-hand side, Marcus Alonso. Alonso infield to Jorginho. He's looking for a free kick. Referee says no, and it'll be an Everton throw in right hand side. Why is somebody pretending to be my wife? My wife has the blue spanner, you absolute clown. So yeah, I know that is my wife. Plus I can hear her in the kitchen making dinner anyway, so firstly, go fuck yourself, pretending to be my wife, you absolute piece of shit. And secondly, I don't get surprises in the mail. Michelle, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you, Simon. Cheers to your wife for Women's Day. I'm a big fan. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. And is it Women's Day today? Do I have to do something? Fuck. Sabrina! Yeah. Is it National Women's Day? Yeah. You know what I'm going to let you do? I'm going to let you make me an extra cake now, just because I'm that nice of a husband. There you go. Do you know what I mean? The romance never ends, folks. It never ends. Christensen. So far today I've asked her, am I allowed to watch porn videos that are going to be sent to me, and I've invited her to bake a cake. I mean, how much more helpful can I be? Gomez. Reece James. Christensen. I know what I'll do. It's okay, Sabrina. I've got you covered. I'm gonna make it a 2022 Naked Craig calendar. Silence. Is that a good thing? Maybe she's too excited to speak. I don't know. Kovacic now. Alonso. Referee playing an advantage here. Hudson-Odoi. Ooh, again. Forced a touch from Pickford over the bar. Yeah, definitely got a touch from Pickford. It'll be another corner to Chelsea. Hey, we went up another 100 subs. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. 400 to go to 15k. You absolute legends. Sabrina said it's not me that makes the cakes. It's Betty Crocker. She just adds the eggs. Do you know, at least she's honest. Hudson-Odoi. It's intercepted now. Good ball into the right hand channel now. Richarlison puts a cross in. It's a little bit over hit. Everton have it back though with Lucas Digne. And again, him and Sigurdsson weren't on the same wavelength. And the ball go behind for a Chelsea goal kick. No, I'm not the fucking chippy guy with that chip song. Do I look like I'm 25 fucking stone? So you say no offence, but of course I'm going to take offence by that. Especially as I'm someone that at one point in my life lost 103 pounds. So no, I'm not the fucking chippy guy. Fuck right off. Say no offence, but are you that super fat, looking like you're going to die at any moment fella that made that video? No offence though. But definitely no, it's not me by the way, because I don't eat peas or gravy, so it definitely isn't me. Ball in, Pickford comes and claims it. I keep trying to talk my family, by the way, into trying to apply to Gogglebox, because I tell you what, if Gogglebox got a hold of my family watching TV, I know you're allowed to curse a little bit, but they'd need a bleep machine, and it would be so much fun, because half the video would be just me standing on the sofa, screaming at somebody baking a cake or something about why the strawberry should be 2 inches left. But they won't bite. My daughter would do it, but my wife just won't get in front of a camera. Pickford switches the ball out right hand side. Do I like NFL? I do, man. I really fell in love with NFL this past year. I watched so much of it, really got into it, and will be definitely watching the entirety of it. I'm an NFL fan moving forward, mate, definitely. Ball headed back to Mendy. What have we got now, folks? 27 minutes to go. Still Chelsea leading by a goal to nil. Ah, hey peas and gravy, David. No, not at all my cup of tea. Have I ever been to the Johan Cruyff Arena? No, boss man, I haven't actually, mate. Connor has. Connor went there a couple of seasons ago, and he said it was lovely. But no, I've never been. I've always wanted to go to the the pre-season tournament. And oh, here we go. That's going to be a penalty. Penalty to Chelsea. Pickford came out, took the player. I want to go to one of the pre-season tournaments they hold there, because I do love the idea of one, going to Amsterdam for obvious reasons, and secondly because it's Because, yeah, I want to visit the arena. Definite penalty there, by the way. No arguments. Havertz goes round. And, yep, connection there from Pickford. He knew it. He didn't really complain about it. Stonewall penalty for Chelsea. Again, good footwork from Kai Havertz to get the ball away. And there was connection there from Pickford. And Jorginho will step up now with the chance to make it 2-0 to Chelsea, which you'd imagine would be game-setting match if he sticks it away. My next door neighbour's dog's unhappy about it, as you can hear. Clearly thinks VAR should have a look at it, but, you know, she's wrong. Anyway, Jorginho now, step up. Takes a deep breath. Here's the run-up. And side foots it past Jordan Pickford. Sends him the wrong way. Fairly straightforward. 2-0 to Chelsea. Very good penalty from Jorginho. Gave Jordan Pickford the eyes. Little stutter as always. And Pickford went left. But Jorginho decided to stick it to Pickford's right. And it's 2-0 to the home side. What's your team, G-Men? What's your team, buddy? I only picked my team this season, obviously. And I'll be honest, I picked it because of the quarterback, who I enjoyed watching immensely. But I'd like to know what your team is. I've been and it's great, you won't regret it. Yeah, I love stadiums, boss man. I'm a huge fan of going and visiting football stadiums, mate. I love the infrastructure, I love the architecture, I just love seeing them. And just the giants of your team. Nice. Did I watch the All-Star game? No, I didn't, mate. Who do I support? The Packers. All about Aaron Rodgers, man. I fucking love the way he keeps the game moving. Yeah, I hope he stays on. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for me. Yeah, late night agenda at 8:30, Ivan. Ball down the line. Dara said I'll take you to see the Cardinals. That trip's still on the cards, hopefully, Dara. Even if I've stepped away from Anfield agenda, mate, I still want to get over there and visit you guys in Arizona. That's definitely still on the cards, my man. And I'm going to make you take me to the Cardinal Stadium. For a game as well, Mr. Azizi. Oh, the Spurs Stadium's amazing, Issa. Been there, it's phenomenal stadium. It really is just top notch. Christensen now plays the ball out right hand side to Aspilicueta. What do we think, folks? Any way back in this game for Everton in the remaining 23 minutes, or are Chelsea going to see it out? Reece James now. Ball in field. He's brought down. That'll be a free kick to Chelsea. They take it quickly. Did I see Mason Mount on there? Is he after sneaking on? He has. Who did Mason Mount come on for? Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Iwobi has been replaced by Tom Davies earlier on as well. Sorry, folks, I missed that one. But Mason Mount's just come on for Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Zuma's gone down now. Foul left-hand side of the pitch. What's happening after YouTube for you? Nothing, mate. Nothing. I'll be just going back to do nothing. What is my Discord tag? Our Discord group's for members only, mate. That's so yeah, it's only for members of Anfield Agenda FC, which is obviously the membership on the channel. Ever sat through 7 hours on a Sunday watching NFL Red Zone? I've sat through 7 hours of 2 games in a row, yes, on Sky Sports, between the games and the Red Zone, absolutely, and enjoyed it thoroughly. As this year was my first year getting into the NFL. I'd watched it in I'd always watch the Super Bowls and stuff, but this season I watched as much of it as I could, particularly because the time slots work for me, because I'm a night owl, so the late night games, airtime work really well for me. So, yeah, I'm an NFL convert, definitely. Come to New York. Too cold. Too cold and too many people, mate. Frightened the shit out of me, honestly. Sigurdsson now coming off to be replaced by Josh King. Harris, of course I can give you a shout out, my man. Lovely to see you win and thank you for watching. Means the world to me. Come to a small borough. Maybe. I mean, I've got family members with me who've been to New York and absolutely loved it, especially going shopping and stuff over there. But I'm somebody who usually chases the sun when I go on holidays. Like I'm a sun worshipper, so anywhere it's warm, that's usually where I'll be looking to head to. Oh, the new Raider Stadium is definitely something I want to go and see, Rob. I have plans to make Dara Azizi drag us across from Arizona to Vegas to see that stadium and a few other things if we head over there to visit him and Chris Legit, definitely. I mean, the Holy Trinity there would be to take in a boxing fight as well at the same time, if you know what I mean. The Ram Stadium is beautiful, and it's warm. Yeah, it is warm. It's warm, but again, yeah, I'm hoping to get to Cali when we go over to Arizona. Alan, Werner. See, this is the beauty of me and my wife not drinking and smoking. By the way, is we've we can save money. We used to both be smokers. We used to smoke about 30 cigarettes each a day, but we quit about probably 11 years ago now. And we've always saved the money that we used to spend on cigarettes. And we've always saved that for family holidays. It's a habit we got into at the time, and we've stuck to it. So that's what we do. We save that money that we would have spent on cigarettes. And we both, none of us drink either. No, definitely, I'm into the NHL, mate. I tried that, can't do it. Ball down the line here for King. He turns inside. Everton have 19 minutes to save this, but they need 2 goals. Cleared by Chelsea. Ball breaks out left hand side. Oh, Kai Havertz on the chase, but he does foul the Chelsea or the Everton defender, and that'll be a free kick to Everton. Luke Shaw's been very, very good this season, mate. I mean, I don't know if it's the pressure from Alex Telles. I don't know if there's no fans in stadiums helping him, but he's had a very good season. How come your anxiety is too bad to work, but you're able to go on holiday? I know that's probably a smart arse question, but the honest answer is this. One, I use visualize techniques with my psychologist who I see twice a week. 2, it takes me about a month and a half to 2 months of planning to go on holiday. 3, I have to plan areas that I can go to at specific times that I can go to them. 4, I have an autistic son that also has sensory issues that needs to be accounted for. And 5, one of the reasons that I can't work, mate, as you call it, because of anxiety is because 1, I am very OCD in certain things about the way I have to sit and where I sit, and I become obsessed if I do things wrong. Example, one time I worked in a warehouse. I semi-managed the warehouse. I thought I'd put a label on a sticker wrong in the middle of the night. I got up and drove 2 hours back to where I worked to put that label to make sure it was correct because I couldn't sleep. That's why. So if you're trying to be a smart arse, don't be. Because for me to go on holiday takes medication, a lot of work, and a lot of hard yards before I can do it. And even at that, I'm still like a basket case going through the airports. So I don't appreciate slide digs at me, mate. Tackle in there from Reece James. Ball goes out. For me to carry on doing YouTube for the last year has required me to have 2 psychologist appointments every week. It's required me to talk to my doctor once every 2 weeks. It's required me to up my medication. I keep a lot of my stuff private because you guys don't need to be concerned with my issues. But I draw the line at people trying to take fucking slide digs at me. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. Corner to Everton, right hand side. Have you ever been to Dundalk? Yes, once. Myself and my wife stayed up in was it the D Hotel? No, that's Drogheda. What was it? We stayed in the Crown Plaza. Yeah, we stayed in the Crown Plaza for a couple of nights once for our anniversary. Yeah, so I've been to Dundalk. I think we went to the cinema when we were up there as well. I think we went to see This Is the End, I think. If that's the right film, if I remember correctly. Ball in from Digne. It's a good in-swinging corner. Chelsea keeper flapped at it, but David Coote then said he was impeded, and that'll be a free kick. Now we wonder if Craig is his real name. Do you want to see my fucking driver's license, mate? Fuck's sake. I don't know. What's my dream holiday? Ooh. One of those huts on stilts that is out into the water with a private little plunge pool. You know, somewhere in the Maldives or somewhere like that. That would probably be my dream holiday. I'm somebody who likes to just listen to podcasts and read a book. But when you've got kids, you know, you got to keep them entertained. Chelsea now defending a lot more as Chelsea push on, looking for a goal to get them back into the game. I know, Craig isn't my real name, in fairness. Look, I'll be honest, my real name is B. Tech Brent de Cesar. That's my real name. That's what I was christened by my parents. They knew that I was going to come along after Mark Goldbridge, so they decided that they'd call me B. Tech Brent de Cesar, just, you know, to make my life easier as I go forward. Sorry to make that revelation here. It's taken me a while to get to a point where I can admit my name is B. Techus Brentus de Cesar. Jorginho, Christensen, ever thought of growing a beard? I'd love to, Joshua, man. Honestly, if I could grow a beard, I promise you, pal, I would. But I can't. I've patches that have no hair, like, so, yeah, I wish I could. Ball with Reece James now. What have we got left to go? 12 minutes here. Chelsea looking comfortable at the 2-0. They're just knocking it round now, trying to draw Everton on. Yeah, I would love to grow a beard, but I can't grow one's the honest truth. Everton now, right hand side. Back up Michael Keane. He turns under pressure from Timo Werner, plays the ball forward. King does well to win that. He carries on, cuts back inside, gives the ball back. Everton now looking for options on the left, but there's nothing on, so they move it back infield to Alan. Again out left hand channel. Digne. Bernard has the ball nicked off him by by Mason Mount. Mason Mount is fouled, and that'll be another free kick to Chelsea. You seem stressed out today. Are you okay, mate? No, I'm not stressed out. I'm just frustrated at the same questions at times over and over again, mate. But now I'm not stressed out. Apart from Liverpool losing, which stressed all of us out. No, I'm good. I'm still a bit tired, to be honest with you. It was a late night, so now I'll be all good, man. Don't worry about me. Werner's in now. Again, should have scored. Good save by Pickford, but Werner, he should have done better. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He could have gone high, could have gone left, but in the end tries to, I think, pick out the near post. He outmuscles the defender, to be fair to Werner, and it's not a great finish at all from him. He had time and space, tried to go to the near post when he had the whole far side, and Pickford got down well, in fairness to him, makes the save, and it'll be another Chelsea corner. Ball in, header again, straight at the keeper. Make sure to catch up on sleep, Craig. I try, but I've never been a good sleeper the best of times. But yeah, this last week I've been losing a lot of sleep. But to be fair, last night I got to sleep late, but I did sleep fairly well, so I'm happy with that one. Are my cakes ready? No, fake Sabrina Holdens. They're not ready. I don't know. Imagine pretending to be my wife. Like, what type of a cretin do you have to be for that one? Plus, my wife can spell, by the way. You know. Kante now. Back to Werner. Werner cuts inside. Eventually, he's out-muscled and Everton clear their lines. Bernard now has it for them as they look to counter. He goes past the player. Chelsea have men back. He tries to pick out Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but the pass was intercepted and it's back with N'Golo Kante. Now Mason Mount. As we're inside the final 9 minutes here at Stamford Bridge, and it looks like Chelsea are heading for another 3 points, another win under Thomas Tuchel, who has had a fantastic start to his career as Chelsea manager. And it'll be another clean sheet by the looks of it as well for Chelsea. Azpilicueta couldn't quite keep that in. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw in right hand side. Hope you have enjoyed the stream, folks. And again, if you have, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Havertz out left hand side to Marcus Alonso. Alonso back to Jorginho. Jorginho tries the ball into the left channel. It's overhit and it'll go behind harmlessly for an Everton goal kick. Thank you, Reen. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams, mate. Really appreciate that. If we win on Wednesday, who would you like us to come up against in the next round? However the easiest possible draw could be, mate. Let's put it that way. I mean, if we get through on Wednesday against Leipzig, we're only 5 games away from potentially lifting the trophy, as is everybody else, of course. So, yeah, hopefully we get an easy draw, and then the other good sides like City get drawn against Bayern or PSG or something like that. But I have a feeling we'll get drawn against Manchester City. I don't know why, I just have that feeling. Ball goes out and behind from an attempted cross there from Everton. It'll be another goal kick to Chelsea. Why is it called Mundo Sporto? So a couple of years back, me and Connor wanted to make a fun Twitter account where we made up ridiculous rumours just to see if anyone was crazy enough to believe them. And we had a reporter for the account that was called Manuel Labor, as in manual labour. But we needed him to have a company that he worked for to make it sound legit. So we kind of talked about what we could use as a name for this fictional media company. So we came up with the name Mundo Sporto. And when we came time to pick our second YouTube channel, I just said, why don't we go with Mundo Sporto? I actually like that name. So that's the story with that. There's no big... I think it means sport world, world of sport, something like that. But or maybe it means nothing, I don't know. But that's the story behind it anyway. Marcus Alonso was fouled out there with an arm in the face. It'll be a free kick to Chelsea. We are heading into, the final 5.5 minutes here plus stoppage time. Connor said it's sports world, except Sporto isn't the proper word. There you go. So, as always with us, it's nonsensical rubbish, which pretty much sums us up, I think. Ball back with Pickford. He goes out left-hand side. Digne now. Davies. Ball back, and now they switch it across the right-hand side. Michael Keane has it. Don't forget, ladies and gents, any Liverpool fans, I'll be live at Anfield Agenda at 8:30 with tonight's late night agenda. Werner now, again, he spurns another opportunity. Kante has it. Another good save from Pickford. That's at least 2 nailed on chances Werner should have scored. And it's been good saves from Jordan Pickford. Then the second ball falls to N'Golo Kante in the edge of the box. And he has a strike, and Pickford gets back up again, makes a good save and puts it behind. He's made some good saves in this game, Jordan Pickford. Credit where it's due. And he got it very quickly there as well to deny Kante with the second one. That's what all those hours and those drills and training are for as a keeper. And now it's a corner to Chelsea right hand side. Mason Mount to take it. Connor said Mundo Deportivo was the real translation. Yeah, but there's already an actual company called Mundo Deportivo. Connor, that's why we didn't do anything like that. Sporto is Lithuanian for sports, if that helps. I'll take it. Suxi, I'll take it. There you go, Connor. Do you know what I mean? We're bilingual and we didn't even know a fella. Multilingual, actually. So we're uniting Europe here. That's what we're doing, Connor. We're bringing the world together through language and football. We're doing God's work, Connor. Do you know what I mean? Thanks, Suxi, for that one. We are now into the final 3.5 minutes, folks. So it's looking like the points are going to be Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea's. And you'd have to say they deserve it overall. They've been the better side. Could have been more if it wasn't for Jordan Pickford making some very good saves. Holgate to Alan. Ball across left hand side now. Lucas Digne down the line to Richarlison. Richarlison still in possession, plays the ball. It's a nice ball inside actually to Davies. He brings it back. Bernard does a strike, and it was never really troubling the keeper. But it was a nice tidy move from Everton down the left hand side. Lovely little flick from Tom Davies to Bernard, who just couldn't keep a strike down, and it goes high and wide, and it'll be another goal kick to Chelsea. Predictions for the Leipzig game. Just about to record them after this. They'll be out at midday tomorrow. So yeah, I'll record them, and then I'll be in a late night agenda straight away at 8:30. Dara, who cares if Connor's okay around firearms, mate? I'll fire every gun that's there possible, mate. I'll give me everything. I'll shoot them all if he doesn't want to shoot them. I'll get to that gun range, mate, and I'll empty every fucking bullet that's there. Trust me. I'll be full on cigar in the mouth pretending to be Scarface. Having great fun. Get me a Tommy gun and everything, mate. We'll have a load of crack. I mean, I'm lethal with a straw and some chewed up paper, mate. So I imagine I'd be basically just like an American sniper, I'd be that good. Because, you know, it takes a lot to aim those straws with the spitballs in them. So I imagine I could just walk into the Royal Marines or something with my level of spit straw ability. Yeah, no, 8:30, man. 8:30. Right, what have we got? We're heading towards the last 30 seconds. Pulisic is on now for Chelsea. LFC 9875. Can I have that in a statement that somebody who understands English can have a go, instead of you trying to say I'm a pretend United fan. I'm looking up at the telly here now, and excuse my ignorance, mate, but I'm seeing Everton and Chelsea. So what the fuck that has to do with United, you sad little fuck, I don't know. But LFC fan, random number, random number, random number. I'll do what I want, man. And as always, you and any other trolling little fucker can suck my... As always, mate. But again, if I need to pay you rent for the space I'm taking up in your head, let me know and I'll sort it out, mate. I like to help you trolls out. And don't forget, Craig's College for Trolling Fools will be opening this semester to teach you how to troll properly. And it'll be starting off with the basics ABC, mate, because clearly putting a sentence together ain't your strong point. But Uncle Craig's got you covered. Full scholarship for you, mate. I promise you. And I'll include my masterclass in spitting through a straw, spitting spitballs through a straw as well for you. Just as an added bonus, just because I like you. You're going to come, mate. Come prepared. Because you won't out-banter me. I promise you. And every time somebody like him comes in with a comment, all my head hears is... Right, Pulisic now. What have we got? 4 minutes added on by the referee. Kante with a header. Drops wide to the far post. Unlucky there from Kante. That would have been a collector's item if he had got a header with that one. Jorginho. Reece James now on the gallop down the right. Heading for that corner flag. Cuts back in. Ball goes out, I think, off him, and it'll be a throw into Everton. Oh man, there's an art to trolling, Roberto, and some trolls are brilliant and I love to interact with them, and I appreciate a good bit of trolling, mate. Honestly, I appreciate the art of trolling extremely well. But most of these people aren't trolls, they're just morons. It's as simple as that. Or Almadons, cabbages, whatever you want to call them. But there's some trolling comments like, do I think I'll ever catch Sonic? That's the type of shit I'm all over. I love that. That's brilliant. And I'll always acknowledge a decent bit of trolling. Oh look, another fake Redmen TV account that can't string a sentence together. This is what it read like. Craig fan. And that was my literal translation of it. What have we got now? 15 seconds or so left. The points are heading, or staying I should say, at Stamford Bridge here with Thomas Tuchel. Referee puts the whistle to his lips. It's all over. I'm off to get into my Ole Gunnar Solskjaer pyjamas because I'm clearly a closet Manchester United fan. I just have to take off my Everton shirt that I have under here as well, and then take off my Thomas Tuchel socks, and then I'll come on and pretend to be a Liverpool fan again later on at 8:30 for the late night agenda. As always, folks, look, I appreciate your time. Much love to you all. Have a good night. I hope to see you at 8:30 for the late night agenda. Until then, take care, folks. Talk to you soon. Oh, and before I head off, massive shout out again to our sponsor, the One Football app, without whom we wouldn't be able to do this. So download the app from the link in the description. Get over to either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. It is the best football app, bar none. No matter who you support, they've got you covered. Up-to-date stats, league tables, predictions, everything. One app, one amazing place. Thank you to